thing to come out of Tasmania since Errol Flynn. And his swashbuckling style has the general in a head spin. In his rookie season, Marcos Ambrose has wasted no time in creating some hell for Holland. His first round victory for Ford after only 4 Shell Series appearances. He's taken out by Ferrari, a big cheer for Marcos Ambrose. 4 weeks ago, the Devil Racer reveled in the hellish heat of Hidden Valley. Consistency was the key on a day when unreliability caused the enforcer to lose his pocket.
Yeah, I was saying that word, it wasn't for it.
While Greg Murphy was struck down with a sticking throttle. The V8 battle is heating up as we swap Darwin's hot and spicy for something cold and icy. The second running of Canberra's GMC 400. Dreams and a full reverse grid on a track tighter than the federal budget. Welcome to the National Capital. Round 5 of the 2001 Shell Championship Series, exclusive to your parliamentary home of Motorsport. Network 10.
After 2 days of rain in the capital, Canberra has come good on race day. Lots of blue, lots of sun. The fans have been swarming in from all over the area for the GMC 400 in 2001. Hello, I'm Bill Woods. Welcome to pit lane for a unique and vitally important event in the Shell Championship Series. It's fairly early in the series, but it is so big. 360 championship points on offer. We not only have a top 15 shootout, but we have 3 races over 2 days, and one of those is with a reverse grid. Now, it's the kind of event that certainly you can't walk away from saying you've secured the championship, but you can walk away ruining the day and thinking maybe you just blew it, as Garth Tander believed he did in last year's season, where, of course, he ended up second to Mark Skaife. Let's take a look at the weather today. It's been a big talking point over the last couple of days in Canberra. I mentioned 2 days of rain. That was their first rain for a few months, but today, fine, partly cloudy, a light breeze, and a top temperature of 14 degrees, which should make it fairly comfortable for the drivers. In fact, Stephen Richards said the other day that it is the most comfortable event for drivers, especially after the heat of Hidden Valley. Barry Sheen, welcome to you. We're going to talk a little later about technical changes, rule changes that are vital to the outcome of this race. But more specifically, there are changes to the circuit as well, which make it a little more friendly for the drivers.
Yeah, not a lot though. It's still very narrow. They've done as much as they can do, because don't forget it's a street circuit, and they've widened it as much as they can. The exit, some of the corners, or the entrance to some of the corners, are a little bit wider. But when you look down the main straight, you definitely want to be on the first couple of rows of the grid, because you look down the main straight, you put 2 cars side by side, you couldn't open the doors of both the cars, so you really want to be up the front end of the grid. And the reverse grid, that is something else, that's why this race is such a spectacle.
Well, it is amazing view. I mean, the aerial shots alone are fantastic. They're worth the price of admission, so to speak, and it's going all over the world.
That's a good thing, Boo. You see, credence-wise for V8 Supercars, this is fantastic, because, say, it goes out now in Argentina, in America and that, and then when they see the V8s racing around by Parliament House, it's a fantastic achievement. That would never happen in England or Europe or whatever, but it's good.
Well, there's already been action on track. Friday qualifying, of course, delivered the top 15 who'll contest the shootout this afternoon before race 1. And it's been a marvellous weekend, Barry, for the Shell Helix team so far, with Radicic and Stephen Johnson. Craig Lowndes making a very, very late bid in the session for 7th. It was a marvellous drive under pressure.
Well, yeah, really. And the good thing is now, Bill, that when you look at it, there's pretty even spread through, so the parity thing it's not even a factor now. But you see some of the really good names that are out, like Larry Perkins as an example, Jason Bright, John Bow, not in the top 15, and they're really going to pay the price for that, because it's a real struggle.
Yeah, it's been so intense. I mean, look at Longhurst down there towards the back of the pack, and it has become such a feature of this entire series, the shootout, because of the fact that we go so deep in terms of talent and capability of winning races. Now, looking at what's ahead in this schedule, I mentioned 3 races. Of course, we have the shootout today before that to decide the final of the top 15 positions on the grid. Now, there is another race today, of course, over 25 laps. Tomorrow, reverse grid over 25 laps, and then double points for the 50-lap race 3. And that is the one where the drivers are very concerned about making sure sure they not only finish the race, but finish it with a good haul of points with a view to the championship. Now, I mentioned the technical situation, the rule changes this weekend, and that become as important as the track changes as well. And it's time to hear more on that from Neil Crompton.